Good evening. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Arts Center, I want to welcome you tonight. As we continue to deal with the pandemic of COVID-19, we're again offering a virtual tour of our two exhibits. I also want to remind everyone that the Arts Center is open Thursday through Saturday, all in accordance with health and safety guidelines. But we had over 55 visitors today, and I want to encourage you to come and see the exhibit in person. As we support the Black Lives Matter movement, we are particularly pleased to showcase a number of African American portraits as well as artists this month. The exhibit will be open for the next month, and I'm now going to turn it over to Katie Hurley, our visual arts coordinator, who will conduct a guided tour of our front and back gallery. Katie?
Thank you, Matt. I'm going to start here in the front gallery exhibit. This front gallery is I Am My Sister Dolls by Adrian Holmes. The creation of the I Am My Sister doll is a natural creative process for her. Each doll reflects a life well-traveled and well-lived, is handmade and individually dressed. No two are alike. The doll embodies the spirit of our mothers and grandmothers, sisters and aunts, daughters and goddaughters, and let us know we do not walk this journey alone. I am my sister. When I see you, I see me. Each doll is handcrafted by Adrian, representing a different person, different situation. All the materials are individual to the doll. For example, this doll is titled African Pride Sister Doll, while this one is the Maryland State Flag Sister Doll. I encourage you to see these wonderful pieces in person, as they are even more breathtaking than on camera. Excuse me, please? Yes. So now we will move on to our main gallery exhibit, Portraits of Black Lives Lost by Artists for Justice. And I'd like to introduce Nancy Tankersley, who is the founder of this movement and exhibit.
Hi, everybody. I hope you get a chance to see this exhibit in person because it's kind of overwhelming when you see it all together. But the idea behind this exhibit was to pay homage to the victims of racial violence in our country. And I think in painting these faces, we all learned a lot about the humanity of the lives that were lost, and I think that's really important for us at this time to understand that they're more than just statistics, and that Black people do face different circumstances every day than most of us who enjoy white privilege. As the exhibit has grown, we've been bringing in artists of color, which I think has expanded the type of art in a really nice way. So anyhow, I'd like to introduce Rhonda Ford, who painted this painting of Almond Aubrey.
Wonderful. Hello, Rhonda.
Hi. I was just really happy that Nancy asked me to be part of this, and it did open my eyes to a lot of feelings and thoughts I didn't know about previously. So I was really happy to get involved.
Wonderful.
And you know, we were able to pick whoever we wanted, and I had no connection to anyone, but I do have a daughter that lives in Atlanta, and so I kind of zoned in on Ahmad just because of a geographical connection. I think that was it.
Certainly. Thank you. Then here we have another artist to speak about her work.
Hi, my name is Lori Yates. This is my portrait of Anton Black. And as Robin and Nancy were saying, I felt very fortunate and honored really to take part in this project. And I've certainly grown and expanded my own thoughts and about the issue, and I chose Anton Black because he actually lived here on the Eastern Shore in Greensboro, and that is where he died, and mentoring his niece. So I heard about his death the day after it had occurred, and it was clear there were some very difficult circumstances around it, which is probably true for many of these individuals as well. But I wanted to learn more, so I just tried to talk with her family a little bit about it, and saw what they went through and how devastating this was for all of them. It's been really eye-opening, to paint someone's face and look in their eyes. I think the artist, for me anyway, I feel a connection to the person when I'm doing the portrait, and I kept thinking about his mother, and I have 2 sons myself. I thought about what that would mean to lose your 19-year-old son in such a way, and so it was a very, very poignant experience, and I'm just glad I could take part in this event with the other artists. Thank you for having the show here.
Thank you. And as we move down the hall, I have another artist here.
Hi, my name is Kathy Rogers, and my painting is of Rayshard Brooks. And he was the gentleman who was sleeping in his car in a parking lot, and policemen came along and woke him up. And all they had to do was ask him to move, but they gave him a breathalyzer test, and they tried to handcuff him. And because he was drinking, he fought them off, and they ended up shooting him. There was really no reason to shoot him. They knew who he was. They could have went to his home, got him later. He was a father. He had 3 children, I believe. It was just very unnecessary. So it was important to me to be part of this because it's just so sad that this is happening, that the police are doing this to young men. And I wasn't asked in the beginning to be part of this. I asked if I could be part of it. And of course, Nancy, our artist who created this, whose idea it was, said, of course I could be part of it, and I was just thrilled. And so that's how I came to be part of it. And this is the second exhibition we had. The first one was in Easton, and this is our second one in Dorchester. And we'll probably have more, hopefully. And thank you very much for having us.
Thank you. And then I'm going to move to the next two paintings, which are by Nancy Tankersley.
Okay, so my first one is Michael Brown, and I chose Michael Brown because his killing was really the one that jump-started the Black Lives Matter movement. And Michael was a young man. He had committed a petty crime, but the police overreacted, and he didn't deserve to die. But there was a lot of controversy around Michael Brown because of that. And I stop and I think if one of my sons had done something like that, and I know when they were teenagers, they did things they shouldn't have, the consequences would have been the same. And then I decided to do Hattie Carroll, who was immortalized in a song by Bob Dylan called The Ballad of Hattie Carroll. And Hattie Carroll, on the opposite spectrum, was an obviously good woman. She was a church-going woman. She was very active in her church in Baltimore. She had between 9 and 11 children. I've seen 2 different reports. But she was one evening serving at a society ball in Baltimore, and an inebriated white man felt that she wasn't serving him fast enough, and he hit her over the head with a cane. And she suffered a cerebral hemorrhage and died the next day. And obviously an unjust, horrible result. He did serve, I think, 6 months, but certainly not commensurate to the crime. But anyhow, I just thought they were 2 pivotal figures. Her death occurred in the 60s, and his death occurred just a few years ago. And like I said, jump-started the Black Lives Matter movement. So Michael Brown's name is one that will never and should never be forgotten.
Well, thank you.
Diane.
I'm going to travel here to the back of the exhibit.
I love it.
And then we open up into the main gallery space where we have the majority of the portraits lining the wall. And I have another artist here to speak about their portrait.
I chose Freddie Gray because I can't get the video that I saw. It was first and it was violent and it was inhuman. Freddie Gray was born in Baltimore. He had 2 sisters, a twin named Erica and a sister. He also was a troubled child. Had some arrests for drugs and some other minor arrests, but he didn't deserve to die the way he died. I had my painting put on Facebook, and I had some adverse comments about it, saying, "Oh, Freddie Gray was a drug dealer." Well, he didn't deserve to die because of that. So on the morning of April 12th in 2016, he was going down the street when he was chased by the police and arrested for a suspected unlawful knife that he was carrying. They handcuffed him, This is 8:56 in the morning. They threw him in the back of a police van. And 11 minutes later, they stopped and took him out of the van and shackled his feet, put him back in the van. And when they got him to the police station at 9:45, he was already in a coma from injuries he'd sustained in the back of the van. He was taken to the hospital. He never woke up from his coma. The medical examiner said that he died from 80% severing of the spinal cord in his neck, along with other serious injuries to his vertebrae. And it just shouldn't have happened that way. He didn't deserve it.
Thank you. And we have another artist here to talk about their painting.
Hi, I'm Anna Medachik. I painted Reverend DePayne Middleton Doctor. She was one of the Charleston Nine, murdered in the Charleston church shooting in 2015. She was actually about to be ordained into the church. She was a mother of two. She was an admissions counselor. She was part of many choirs. As I painted it, I would listen to her actually singing, kind of invoke her and to feel her through the painting. It was a very emotional experience for me, but I'm glad I had the chance to honor her.
Thank you. And then we have another artist here to speak about their pieces.
Hi, my name is Mary Moran, and I'm an artist from Chester County, Maryland. I'm here to speak just a little bit about two important people that need to bring awareness to their brutal murder. Muhammad Mayam, he was a homeless man, and he loved his dog Chiquita, and he wanted to use the bathroom, a public bathroom, and they wouldn't allow him to do that, and due to that, there was a confrontation with him and the police officers, and just due to his race, it led to something that should never have happened in the first place. And also, Sean Monterosa, a very young kid who also went to Art Academy, has so much of a bright future ahead of him, passed away or was murdered was because of being at the wrong place at the wrong time. He was a carpenter as well. He has so many people that love him and support him, and due to police brutality and racism, his life was also cut short. I definitely want to get this out, guys. You see all these pictures, and yes, they're pretty, but they all have the same definition, and it's because of their race. There's so much racism that end all these beautiful lives. This is something that is needed in this community to bring awareness. These seem a lot, but there are hundreds more that are gone. These were fathers, these were mothers, these were sisters, these were daughters. This could have been your family. Take this serious. This is not just art, this is someone's special person, and we need to acknowledge them. This is not a joke, this is not something, oh, they probably did something horrible, that's what happened to them. No, this is a human life. Whether they made mistakes in their lives, whether they have a past behind them, we're not here to judge anybody because none of us is perfect. And I pray that this continues on, that we bring awareness to these Black Lives Matter, and that we as humanity, show love and support, because we are humans and we need to love each other more and more.
Thank you. We have another artist here with us tonight.
Yes, this is Ayana Monet Jones, a 7-year-old little girl, African-American little girl, who was shot in the head, sleeping next to her grandmother in the apartment. The police entered, they used tear gas. They shot her, Officer Weekly of the Detroit Police Department. But another part of the story is that Monet, Ayana Monet, she has a story to tell for everyone. We have to remember that all of the people that we see here, we need to really celebrate them. You know why? Because they brought us to this point right now where we are. They are martyrs. They have sacrificed their lives so that we are here now. We wouldn't be here if these people, Freddie Gray, and all of the other people who are here, we wouldn't be here if these people had not lost their lives. They were martyrs. And so we have to send them love. So if you do nothing else, send them love, each and every person. Send them love for bringing us to this point in this country. Know that we have to address the issues that they bring up for each one of us. Racism, white privilege, whatever it might be. We are going to have to address these issues. So thank you, Ayana. Thank you for bringing this up. Thank you everyone in here, all the way around the corner. And there are many more that we have to say thank you to. They have sacrificed their lives for all of us to do better in this country. Thank you.
Thank you. And our exhibition ends here with Emmett Till. As you look around the room, you can see all of the portraits lining the wall and through the hallway. I really encourage you all to come and experience this exhibit in person. A video and a live stream cannot do it justice. Thank you all for watching.